Today I'd like to talk about fiction and all that that implies. Why am I so white? Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night, so I kind of look like a vampire/zombie. I was talking to a friend really late, and then I got off with said friend, and the real reason I didn't get much sleep was because then I started watching Netflix. I was like, oh, I'll watch maybe like an episode. If anybody's ever watched Netflix, ever, or even heard of it probably, you know that you can't just watch one episode. It's like Pringles. Once you pop the top, you just can't stop. It's like a Lay's potato chip. You can't have just one. You have to keep going until your eyes are bloodshot and you don't know where you are and you're confused and frustrated, but you had that fix of Netflix and all that it offers, which is not much. So why do we do it? Why do we continue to jump into these worlds of fiction through TV or movies or books when all that really happens is we feel good for a little while and then it's over? Not to say that it can't be enriching in some way. I mean, I love literature, I love movies, I love TV just as much as anybody. And it's not always a bad thing, but usually, at least for me, when I'm watching Netflix for a long time or something, it's usually during a time of day when I probably should be doing something else, more productive. So why do we do it then? I think it's to escape. I think our lives are often mundane, and that's not to say we don't accomplish cool things and do awesome stuff, but we all need some time to escape into a world that's not ours, where things happen that can't actually happen to us or people we know. They give us an opportunity to jump into somebody's shoes where that person can be the hero, can save the world or do extraordinary things that we can't do or maybe we'll never get the opportunity to. It's a brief moment where you're not Samantha the barista or Phil the sandwich artist. That's the thing. I love it because it makes you feel things that you don't always get the opportunity to feel. It's catharsis. But this leads to a phenomenon that happens, and anybody who's followed a work of fiction in whatever form it is to the very end understands this. You go through this kind of miniature mourning process when it's over, because you've been with these characters through thick and thin, through all the ups and downs and the tragedy and the happy times, yada yada yada, and you get to the end and that's it. It's over. It's done. For all intents and purposes, those characters are dead and you have to deal with that. But if you're like me, you don't deal with it very well, and the second it's over, it's off to find all the other content you can find, all the special features. What were the writers thinking when they did this? Find any interviews with the cast or the directors you can find. See if they were on any panels at Comic-Con or something like that. And watch until it's all over. And is there a spin-off? Is there going to be a spin-off? Is there going to be a spin-off in June? What's this? Oh my days, it was written about a book series. There were books first, I have to read the books now. Oh my days, that's something people say, right? Probably not. Well, I said it. But eventually, you have to come to the conclusion that there is no more content you can consume. It's all over. This work of fiction, these things somebody else made up, are done. And they're not making up any more of them. And that's interesting to me that we all have this need to consume works of fiction that other people have written. Like, if I was a writer, I could just write whatever I want. I've often wanted to write a famous book series and get to like the 10th book, the finale, and halfway through, just completely destroy all of my readers just in the face. Just like, okay, so all the characters are in the room together and it's the final climax. And what's Shannon gonna say to Steve? What's gonna happen? Who knows? What? Steve turned into a duck. Shannon's a walrus. What's happening? Comets are raining down. Comets made of cheeseburgers. And then it just ends. And everybody who's been with me since the very beginning of the series is just like, what? But then there'll be the spin-off of the people who loved it, and they were like, oh, it's actually a representation of humanity and our daily struggle as people, because we all are kind of like ducks, aren't we? Unless you're a walrus, because there's two kinds of people in this world, and No! No! It didn't mean anything! People aren't like ducks! People aren't like ducks! They're just not! Well, that's probably my cue to end this one. Let me know in the comments below, or on Facebook or Twitter, or wherever you may find me, what kind of fiction you like to consume. What are some of your favorite books? What are some of your favorite shows? Did you ever get to the end and were just furiously angry at how it ended? Let me know. Like and subscribe if you like this one for more, and I will see you in the next video.